Hello everyone, welcome here with another ZvT game about the tree roach opener. This time I want to show you a new kind of follow-up that I developed for the tree roach opener, which is Hydralisks. If you watch the other videos that I published as part of this tree roach guide, I usually went for Roach Ravager. Sometimes I added a couple corruptors, but I worked a little bit on Hydralisks, and I think Roach Hydra Ravager is actually a really solid composition in the ZvT right now. So, as always, I go for pool hedge gas. Now this gas timing is a little bit weird. This was after playing StarCraft for 4 hours straight, but it shouldn't really matter. It's just a minor mistake. I'm playing this game against GM Terran, SCSC. Don't really know who he is, but doesn't really matter too much anyways. As always, as part of the 3 Roach opener, I go for a fast Roach Warren after a pull first hatch gas build. I see an SCV scout, can't really do too much about it, he just gets to see the Roach Warren. My Lynx scout around, see that he builds a lot of marines. He has this SCV, so the command center is going to finish, and it's going to be a pretty standard game. The Terran should not take too much damage from these roaches, as he already has a bunker. He has enough marines to deal with the roaches as well. He's scouting for an overlord, but that's all the small things. After my next 2 queens are done, I always get a lair. I then get a gas at my natural. I'm in a pretty good position right now. Scouting this, I'm a little bit scared I did not see the second bunker, I only saw this bunker. I thought, well, maybe it's going to be a super fast 16 marine drop. I did not know that he's going for a tank, as my overlord is not in position to scout. They definitely should have tried to scout a little bit better. As soon as my lair finishes, I get a spire, I go up to 4 gases, I'm droning up a little bit more. Usually nowadays I go for a fast 3rd base. This time, because I'm lacking some kind of information about what the Terran is doing exactly, I'm delaying my 3rd base a little bit, and first I go for 2 additional queens instead, so I can have these 3 queens to defend against the marines, and I can pull these 2 queens as well. Together with the 3 roaches, it should be no problem to defend. What's important is that the units are in position to defend, so in case he would drop here, I could defend with the roaches. If he drops here, I had my queens in position, but at this point I don't really think he attacks me. However, I was wrong. He actually does attack me. I go for 8 Mutalisks, as I always do. Somewhere between 6 and 8. I don't want to commit too heavily to Mutalisks, as most Terrans respond to Mutalisks with Liberators, and Liberators do a really good job against Mutalisks. So there's no point in making too many Mutas. The Mutalisks are not really needed right now, so if I can trade them out at least even-ish, I'm already happy. I just want to keep him at home so I can safely drone up my 3rd. Getting a couple corruptors, only 2 right now, so I can be safe. I could get the Hydralisk then right now, but I instead drone up my 3rd a little bit more. I want to be ahead in workers. Right now I'm ahead 6 workers. He's taking his 3rd base. I of course see that with my Mutalisks. Getting all the map vision I can. Workers killed, I killed 3 workers, I killed some other units, and I lost 5 Mutalisks total. Make that 6. The Mutalisks did not do a good job this game. Sometimes they work great, other times they don't work that well. But I always try to make use of them. I have this core army, the Roach Ravager Corruptor, as I most always do. Follow it up with the 2-2 upgrades, and right now I could already start my Hydralisk transition. I'm waiting a little bit longer, just so I can test the waters a little bit, grab the Liberators with the Roach Ravager, and getting my 4th and 5th base, as I have a little bit of overmints right now. I'm feeling pretty okay though. Just want to make sure that I can at least take either this or this base, so I do not fall behind economically. This overlord right here spots if he is mining at this base, this overlord spots if he takes that base. Now, I built my Hydralisk then at one point, right here it is, and now I'm starting to produce some Hydralisks very soon. I'm using these corruptors to spot on the high ground. Of course I have some roaches here right now, but the main thing that the corruptors allow me to do is see on the high ground and constantly do damage on the Medivacs. That allows me to aim with the biles for the Medivacs, as you can see I'm doing right now as well. Of course, main target is the tanks, but if I can't hit the tanks I always try to at least get some hits on the Medivacs. And if the Medivacs get softened up, the corruptors will do a good job cleaning them up. So right here, I'm doing a good amount of damage, not too much. Supply wise I'm a little bit ahead, but that's usual because that's normal because roach supply is very expensive. I'm trying to make use of the queens. The map, the rush distance is really small, from third base to third base, so I can easily move my queens across the map and transfuse these units. I could also use the queens in combat, but that's too much micro. We don't want to micro so much. We're Zerg players, just A move and win. About the third and fourth base, I did not really drone them too heavily. I mostly pulled workers from my main base and soon from my natural to saturate these spaces. I don't really need too much gas right now anyway either. You can see mineral and gas wise I'm in a pretty good position. My 2-2 is almost done. My Hydralisks are now being built. That's going to be next step. The reason why I get Hydralisks is because they are really good in straight up fights. They do a lot of DPS and that's kind of what I want to do. I just want to deal as much DPS as I can. Roaches, while doing a good amount of damage, only have about half the DPS a Hydralisk does. So if I can have put Hydralisks behind my roaches, I can do a lot more damage a lot quicker. Of course Hydralisks are more expensive and also not as tanky, but since I'm maxed out anyways, I just want to be as supply efficient as I can. And for that Hydralisks are ideal. I have more workers than him, so I can also... It allows me to trade a little bit less efficient and still be okay. Transfusing the corruptors, transfusing everything. Keep on pushing. The Hydralisks do a lot of damage. The Ravagers are still here against Liberators and tanks, shooting a little bit from a distance. I'm constantly trading resources. Lost wise I lost more, but that's no problem for me because as long as I can trade at least halfway efficient, I'm in a good position. He is scared of Ultralisk, so he made the ghost switch. However, I'm not producing any ghosts. This fight is a fight about just pure combat power, and you could really see the Hydralisks shine in this one. Supply wise I'm moving way ahead right now. Corruptors are constantly shooting at his Medivacs, making sure he always has to rebuild Medivacs and can't just suddenly produce a lot of Liberators, as else he can't he can't heal his bio units and he eventually loses the game. So this was a short video about Roach Hydra, with Ravagers as somewhat caster support and Corruptors as spotters for the high ground and to deal with Medivacs. If you're looking for a series where I played this, I played a lot of Roach Hydra Corruptor against the pro gamer Insane from Team ECV. Falcon Paladin made about 1 hour and 15 minutes long cast about those games, and I'll link them, so if you want to have a look at those, feel free to. Otherwise, this is mostly it. I'm going to recap it quickly. Went for a pool. I accidentally built the gas because I was kind of dozing off, but pool had gas opener. Should have 3 workers in here, just a small mistake. Then I got a roach warren, did some damage with a circling over here, sent 3 roaches across the map. Could not do any damage, but he had to invest into defense just so he can be safe. He went for a 16 marine drop. I had queens ready to defend it, but in the end Hydralisks were enough to deter his drop. I completely droned up 3 bases, got double evolution chamber, made a roach switch, had some corruptors for spotting, used Roach Ravager to do the first pushes, and then eventually made a Hydralisk transition. Usually I would make the Hydralisk transition as soon as I start my 1-1 upgrade, I also built a Hydralisk then, so I can immediately start attacking with Hydras. This time I just wanted to do some casual Roach Ravager, but as always I wanted to show you that you can make use of Hydralisks in ZvT and Roach Hydra is not dead yet. If you liked what you saw, feel free to subscribe. I'm always happy if you subscribe, watch my videos. If you have any comments, if you have criticism, feel free to leave a comment or write that in the Team Liquid thread. I've been Railgun, hope you enjoyed this video. I'm out, bye.